There are seasons in life when a person seems surrounded by people, conversations, messages, family, routine, and yet still feels deeply alone. Some remain single for years and know exactly what this silence feels like. Others live in marriage, wake up beside someone every morning, and still carry an emptiness inside that no shared home can hide. Real loneliness is not always the absence of a partner. Sometimes it is the absence of being understood, desired, chosen, and truly seen. But loneliness is not a punishment, and it is not a life sentence. Very often it is a sacred pause, given not to break the heart, but to clear it of false hopes, old attachments, and the wrong stories about love. There are periods when destiny seems to close every door on purpose, not because love has forgotten you, but because your soul is being prepared for a different kind of meeting, deeper, more honest, more fated. In loneliness, people begin to hear themselves more clearly. They start to understand what they can no longer tolerate, what kind of love wounds them, what kind of tenderness they crave, and what kind of future they truly deserve. That is why the year 2026 carries such special energy. It is not only a year of romance, but a year of recognition. A year when many people will stop chasing the wrong hearts and finally meet someone whose presence feels like relief, not confusion. Someone with whom they do not have to beg for attention, decode mixed signals, or shrink themselves to stay loved. For many zodiac signs, 2026 will become the turning point when emotional winter begins to melt. The chance meeting, the unexpected message, the invitation you almost refuse, the place you visit without any big expectations, all of it may become the beginning of something life-changing. This year wants people to find not just passion, but their person. The one who brings warmth where there was distance, meaning where there was waiting, and hope where there had been silence for too long. And if you have felt forgotten by love, read carefully. Your sign may already be carrying the month, the atmosphere, and the very moment when loneliness begins to loosen its grip. Aries, March 21, April 19. Your loneliness begins to fade in late April 2026, especially around April 24th to 28th. For Aries, this meeting is unlikely to happen in a passive, dreamy setting. It comes while you are moving, deciding, rushing somewhere, solving a practical matter, traveling briefly, attending a work event, or saying yes to something spontaneous. The person who enters your life carries strong, grounded energy and does not play games with your emotions. This is important because by 2026 you are no longer interested in empty chemistry without real intention. The meeting may happen in a place connected with action on the road, at a course, in a business environment, at a fitness space, or through a sudden introduction that seems casual at first. Most likely, this will be a new person, not someone from the past. Their power lies in the fact that they do not try to impress you loudly. They make you feel calm in a way that surprises you. A happy relationship begins for Aries when you stop choosing intensity over sincerity. Your key to love in 2026 is simple. Do not ignore the one who makes you feel safe just because they arrive without dramatic fireworks. Taurus, April 20, May 20th. For Taurus, the most promising window opens in May 2026, especially around May 12th to 16th. Your loneliness ends not in noise, but in a moment of comfort, beauty, and emotional ease. The meeting is likely to happen in a place where you can relax and be yourself, a family celebration, a cozy cafe, an art space, a park, a small trip, a dinner with friends, or somewhere connected with aesthetics, food, music, or nature. This connection has warmth from the very beginning. Unlike previous stories that may have begun with uncertainty, this one will feel natural, almost familiar. There is a strong chance this person may come through your wider circle, perhaps a friend of friends, someone you have seen before but never truly noticed, or someone reintroduced into your life under new circumstances. The relationship has real long-term potential if you allow it to grow gently rather than demanding instant certainty. In 2026, Taurus learns that love is not always a lightning strike. Sometimes it is a soft door opening at exactly the right time. The person meant for you will not disturb your peace, they will become part of it. Gemini, May 21, June 20th. Your sign receives a fateful romantic shift in June 2026, with the strongest chance around June 8th to 13th. Gemini, your loneliness ends through conversation before it ends through touch. This is the year when one dialogue changes everything. It may begin online, through messages, through a work discussion, on a short trip, during studies, at a presentation. or in a place where people exchange ideas quickly. You are likely to meet someone intelligent, witty, emotionally observant, and unexpectedly patient with your changing moods. This person may seem new, but the connection will feel as if your souls have been speaking for years. For many Geminis, this is a completely new partner, not someone from the old circle. What makes this bond powerful is not instant passion alone, but the sense that you are finally mentally met. You will feel wanted not only for your charm, but for your mind, your contradictions, and the many versions of yourself you usually hide. A happy relationship begins when Gemini stops treating real feelings like a game of timing. In June 2026, one message, one introduction, or one accidental conversation could become the beginning of the love story you had nearly stopped expecting. Cancer, June 21, July 22nd. Cancer's heart begins to heal and open in July 2026, especially around July 17th to 22nd. For you, this is one of the most emotional meetings of the zodiac, because it arrives after a period when you may have truly believed that deep love was no longer meant for you. The meeting is likely to happen somewhere that feels emotionally charged, near family, at a home-related event, during a trip to see loved ones, by water, at a quiet celebration, or in a place where you feel strangely nostalgic. There is a strong possibility that this person comes from an old circle or familiar environment, but returns in a new light. It may be someone once overlooked, someone who understood you before, or someone reappearing after both of you have changed. The relationship can become happy and stable if you do not let old fears write the script for a new beginning. In 2026, Cancer must stop expecting abandonment where there is genuine affection. The one who ends your loneliness will not rush you, pressure you, or mock your tenderness. They will recognize it as your greatest beauty. Around mid-July, love may enter quietly, but once it does, it can remain for a very long time. Leo, July 23, August 22nd. Leo has a powerful romantic turning point in August 2026, most clearly around August 9th to 14th. Your loneliness is likely to end in a bright, memorable, almost cinematic way. This meeting may happen at a celebration, creative event, public gathering, vacation spot, concert, wedding, party, or anywhere. The atmosphere feels alive and magnetic. You will be noticed before you even realize the moment matters. Yet the real surprise is that the person who comes toward you will not be attracted only by your shine. They will be drawn to your hidden softness, the part of you that longs to be loved without performing. This is most likely a new and unfamiliar partner, someone who enters your world with confidence and warmth. The relationship becomes happy when Leo stops choosing admiration over emotional depth. In 2026, you are not meant for a romance based only on attention and chemistry. You are meant for someone who sees your strength, but also protects your vulnerable heart. Around mid-August, destiny may place you in exactly the right room, under exactly the right lights, to begin a relationship that feels both exciting and surprisingly real. Virgo, August 23, September 22nd. Virgo's loneliness begins to loosen in September 2026, especially around September 15th to 19th. Your meeting will not look chaotic or random. It comes through order, daily life, responsibility, or a place where people show who they truly are through actions rather than beautiful promises. This may happen at work, during study, in a health or wellness setting, while solving documents or practical issues, through volunteering, or even during a routine day that seems completely ordinary. And that is exactly why it matters. Love comes to Virgo when you are not performing for it. There is a real chance this will be someone new, but not flashy. They will reveal themselves gradually, through consistency, kindness, and attention to small details. The relationship can become deeply happy because it will be built on trust, rhythm, and mutual care. In 2026, Virgo learns that not all life-changing love arrives like a storm. Some love enters like a steady light turning on in a room you have sat in for years. Around the second half of September, you may suddenly realize that the person who makes your life easier is also the one making your heart feel less alone. Libra, September 23, October 22nd. For Libra, the door to love opens in October 2026, especially around October 10th to 15th. Your loneliness ends in a beautiful, almost symbolic way through a meeting that restores your faith in harmony, reciprocity, and emotional elegance. This encounter is likely to happen in a place connected with beauty, culture, social life, or celebration, at an exhibition, a wedding, a stylish cafe, a concert, a public event, or even through a friend who suddenly decides to introduce you to someone you absolutely need to meet. there is a high chance this will be a new person, not someone from the past, because 2026 wants Libra to stop circling old unfinished stories. This partner will feel mature, attentive, and emotionally balanced. They will not force you to guess their intentions. A happy relationship begins for Libra the moment you stop mistaking emotional instability for passion. Around mid-October, fate may place you in a setting where one glance, one sentence, one unexpected conversation changes your inner world. This is not just romance, it is the return of tenderness to a heart that has grown tired of waiting. Scorpio, October 23, November 21st. Scorpio's loneliness begins to break in November 2026, with the strongest window around November 7 to 12. For you, this meeting will not be shallow, light, or forgettable. It comes with intensity, but this time intensity will not mean pain, it will mean recognition. The person destined to enter your life may appear in a quiet but emotionally charged environment, during a private conversation, a late evening gathering, a transformative period, a deep personal project, or through circumstances that seem fated rather than accidental. There is a real possibility this will be someone outside your usual circle, a new person who feels strangely familiar from the start. They will not be frightened by your depth, your silence, or the parts of you others found too much. This relationship has the power to become deeply happy if you stop testing love before allowing it to breathe. In 2026, Scorpio must learn that true closeness does not always need suspicion as protection. Around early November, one encounter may awaken you from emotional isolation and show you that passion and safety can live in the same story. Sagittarius, November 22, December 21st. For Sagittarius, love arrives in December 2026, especially around December 3rd to 9th. Your loneliness ends through movement, expansion, surprise, and a sense that life has suddenly become wider again. The meeting is likely to happen while traveling, studying, exploring something new, attending a lecture, joining a group, being invited somewhere unusual, or saying yes to a plan you almost rejected. This is very important. Your soulmate energy in 2026 is tied to openness. The more you break your routine, the more likely destiny is to find you. This person is most likely completely new, unfamiliar, and different from your previous type. They may come from another city, another culture, or simply carry a worldview that instantly fascinates you. A happy relationship becomes possible when Sagittarius stops running from emotional seriousness the moment feelings become real. Around the first week of December, a chance meeting may feel playful at first, but it can quickly grow into something meaningful, warm, and lasting. This love will not trap you, it will make you feel more alive, more inspired, and more understood than you expected. Capricorn, December 20 to January 19th. Capricorn's loneliness softens in April 2026. Your meeting with love is likely to happen through work, responsibility, ambition, or a setting where people reveal their character through discipline and reliability. This may be at a business event, while solving an important issue, through a professional connection, in a structured environment, or during a period when you are focused more on stability than romance. That is exactly why this encounter matters. It finds you when you are building your life, not chasing affection. There is a strong possibility this relationship begins with someone from your broader existing circle, an acquaintance, colleague, familiar face, or person who has quietly observed you for some time. In 2026, Capricorn is not meant for empty attraction. You are meant for a bond built on respect, trust, and a shared sense of direction. The one who ends your loneliness will admire your strength, but they will also know how to reach the softer part of you that very few people see. Around late April, what begins as a practical interaction may slowly turn into a love story that feels surprisingly safe and deeply real. Aquarius, January 20, February 18. Aquarius had a romantic breakthrough in March 2026, with the most promising days around March 24th to 29th. Yes, this period carries a symbolic charge for you. Just when you have almost convinced yourself that you no longer need anyone, life sends a meeting that unsettles your carefully protected independence in the best possible way. This encounter may happen online first, through a community, at a social event, through shared interests, technology, activism, education, or an unusual gathering where people think differently and speak freely. This is most likely a completely new person, someone who does not fit your old patterns, and that is exactly why they matter. They will attract you not only physically, but mentally and emotionally, because they will understand your need for space without making you feel distant. A happy relationship becomes possible when Aquarius stops confusing detachment with freedom. Around mid-March, one encounter may show you that closeness does not have to be a cage. It can be a meeting of two unusual souls who finally feel less strange in the world because they found each other. Pisces, February 19, March 20. Pisces may feel their loneliness dissolve in March 2026. For your sign, this is one of the most romantic and destiny-filled meetings of the year. It is likely to happen in a soft, emotional, artistic, spiritual, or dreamlike setting, near water, during travel, at a concert, in a creative space, through healing work, at a meaningful conversation, or in a place where emotions are allowed to breathe freely. There is a strong chance this could be someone new, but the connection will feel timeless, as if you have known each other before this life. The danger for Pisces is idealizing too quickly, but 2026 gives you a different lesson. This love will not only feel magical, it will also prove itself through actions. The relationship becomes truly happy when you stop giving your heart to people who only know how to inspire longing. The one who arrives in mid-March will carry presence, gentleness, and emotional honesty. They will not leave you wondering where you stand. For Pisces, this may be the moment when waiting ends and real love finally begins to take shape in the visible world. A final sign from the stars. In 2026, many hearts will stop living in emotional exile. Some will meet love through unexpected invitations. Some will recognize it in a familiar face they once overlooked. Some will find it after a period of exhaustion, when they had nearly lost faith that anything real was still possible. But for every sign, the message is the same. Loneliness is not proof that you are forgotten. Very often it is the last quiet chapter before destiny introduces someone who changes the rhythm of your life. Love rarely arrives when people are begging for miracles. It often comes when the soul has finally learned what it deserves. And perhaps that is why your meeting in 2026 will not only feel romantic, it will feel right.